Are you moving to Utah? Do you want to know what it's like to live here in Utah? Well, because I love you, I'm going to tell you exactly what it's like living in Utah and why Utah is an incredible place to live. Hi, it's Ty the Real Estate Guy, and if you'd like to stay up to date on the latest real estate and new home construction tips and trends, subscribe to my channel below and ring that little bell to be notified each time I post new videos. For those of you who don't know, this is actually my second video on what it's like to live in Utah. So I'd recommend clicking on the first link that you'll see below and watch that video before you watch this one. Now, as a realtor who often works with people who are moving here from other states, I often hear the question, what is it like living in Utah? So let's get right to it. First and foremost, Utah is an exciting and adventurous place to live. We have 5 national parks and 43, I think, state parks with incredible and unique landscapes. In, on, and around these parks, you'll find some amazing hikes and biking trails, many of which lead to majestic mountain peaks and towering waterfalls. We have dozens of beautiful, clean lakes, great for boating, fishing, or any number of water activities. Not to mention, many of our communities build beautiful parks that include jogging trails, soccer fields, basketball courts, playground equipment, and more. Honestly, it's really hard to get bored in Utah, and if you can't find something fun to do in Utah, you're simply not trying. And if you want to live a long, healthy life, Utah is a great place as our population lives longer than most states. A large percentage of Utahns like to eat healthy and exercise. And once again, there are loads of exciting activities and adventures waiting for you, with many of them no more than an hour's drive from where you live. If you want to know more about our amazing national parks, I'll talk more about them at the end of this video, so you'll want to keep watching. Now, in the first video, I gave a quick history of the Mormons, or the Latter-day Saint faith. Because the state is about 50% LDS, and because the Mormons were the first settlers, the LDS culture weighs heavily on what it's like to live here. One of these cultural differences is that Utahns get married young. You might be shocked to see the loads of young married couples still in their 20s with 3, 4, and sometimes even 5 kids. It's normal here, whereas in many states, young adults don't even get married until they're in their late 20s. In Utah, a lot of kids get married within a few short years of graduating high school, and soon after, they start a family. Something that makes Utah really stand out as an amazing place to live is the people. Residents of Utah are genuine. They really care for others, and it has been well documented that Utahns are among the most generous people in the country with both their time and their money. Utahns want to talk with you and have real conversation. When you move here, don't be surprised if complete strangers show up to your new house and offer to help you unload your moving van. And you should expect at least one of your neighbors to stop by with some cookies or another homemade treat to introduce themselves and to get to know you better, and to even see if there's anything you need. Also, I probably should have mentioned this in the first video, but Utahns talk weird, especially when it comes to cussing. Utahns sub out bad language with words you won't hear anywhere else in the world. We like to replace the F word with fetch, freak, or sometimes we'll even say effing. It's probably just as bad as dropping the actual F word, but it definitely doesn't sound as bad or offensive. Other substitutes for offensive language include words like holy crap, heck, and really there's a whole lot more. Utahns also like to shorten words. For instance, we'll say mountain instead of mountain. Utahns use a lot of weird words, and I've actually gone in depth on how Utahns talk in a video, How to Talk Like a Utahn. It's a fun and popular video, so you'll want to check it out when you're done with this one. I'll put a link below. Now, I'm going to pause just real quick because I sincerely want to know what's your number one question or concern with moving to Utah. Please go down and leave a comment below and let me know. Let's have a conversation. I read every single comment and I will reply to as many as I can. Also, can I ask a quick favor? Will you please give this video a thumbs up? I would appreciate that more than you know, and that thumbs up will help others see that this video is helpful. Thanks. Okay, so we also have a problem in the Salt Lake Valley with poor air quality, aka inversion. Usually, our air quality is just fine, but our air quality can go from amazing to dangerous real quick. And it happens several times each year, but most frequently during winter as our pollution gets trapped between the mountains, sometimes for weeks on end, as we wait for a nice breeze to come through and blow it away. And while we're on the subject of weather, a lot of people love that Utah has 4 seasons: spring, summer, winter, and fall. Personally, I was raised in Arizona and did much of my college in Hawaii, so I prefer the endless summer. But the 4 seasons play a huge role in making Utah beautiful, with the snow-capped mountains in the winter filling our lakes and reservoirs in the summer. Not to mention, you really learn to appreciate spring and summer when winter finally comes to a close each year. In my last video, when I was talking about the strict liquor laws, I probably should have mentioned that Utah's nightlife is seriously lacking. There's not a lot of bars or nightclubs in Utah. But just like almost anything else in life, if you're looking for it, you'll find it. On the contrary, if you have a family, Utah's absolutely overflowing with great activities for families. I've already mentioned all the amazing outdoor activities, and I'll talk about the national parks in just a minute. But we have the Lagoon, a theme park with some pretty incredible roller coasters and a great water park. We actually have a few great water parks. We also boast dozens of indoor playgrounds for year-round fun for both adults and kids. There's indoor trampoline parks, rock climbing, bowling lanes, indoor swimming pools, rec centers, bounce houses, really too many to name. But I can't leave out my kid's favorite place, and mine too, the Ninja Playground, for any of you who want to be an American Ninja Warrior, or whatever. Oh, and I can't forget to mention Thanksgiving Point, which is loaded with great activities for kids and the family, especially during the Halloween season. If you like to see famous people, Utah also plays host to the infamous Sundance Film Festival in Park City. Talk about a nonstop party. And as promised, I'm going to tell you about our 5 national parks. But first, there are 3 places right here in Utah that my family loves to visit. Number 1, St. George in southern Utah, my place of birth. It's always sunny in St. George, and it's a great place to escape in the winter when you need a little sun. St. George is a red rock playground offering loads of great hikes and swimming pools. Okay, so this part, my chest barely fits through. And I get a little claustrophobic in this part because I really have to shove to get through. Then we have Moab, which offers great activities like whitewater river rafting, hiking, biking, jeeping, and more. If you've never gone jeeping on the crazy trails of Moab, you are seriously missing out on a thrilling adventure. My family also loves Lake Powell, a wonderful, ridiculously huge lake that spans hundreds of miles from Utah all the way down into Arizona. This wonderful warm water lake is full of thrill seekers all summer long, jumping off cliffs, water skiing, wakeboarding, wake surfing, paddleboarding, kayaking, riding jet skis, nighttime bonfires, and really too many activities to name. But I cannot forget to mention the wonderful time spent chilling with family and friends in the houseboats, which litter the sandy beaches of the lake throughout the summer. Okay, so now I'll tell you about our 5 amazing national parks. Our national parks include Zions, Bryce Canyon, Arches, Capitol Reef, and Canyonlands. And I know that I'll repeat myself, but all 5 of these locations offer some of the most memorable and unique hiking trails that you will ever find, many of which include some of the deepest and longest slot canyons in the world. In each one of these locations, you'll find many unique and beautiful animals. In Capitol Reef, you can go canyoneering, ride ATVs, go horseback riding, fishing, mountain biking, and more. Canyonlands is the largest national park in Utah, offering scenic drives with spectacular views, ATV rides, biking trails, camping, backpacking, and more. Bryce Canyon has some amazing landscapes and scenic drives, including the iconic Inspiration Point, where you can gaze upon dozens of hoodoos. You can also camp, ride horses or ATVs, and Bryce Canyon has some of my favorite hikes in Utah, including Queen's Garden Trail, Mossy Cave Trail, and my absolute favorite hike in this area, Navajo Loop Trail. By the way, this has nothing to do with the fact that I was actually raised on the Navajo Reservation in Winter Rock, Arizona. This is an amazing hike through a slot canyon called Wall Street. I filmed many of these hikes, and I'll put links to all these videos below if you're interested. Now, Zion's is one of my favorite places to visit, and it's an incredible place to go canyoneering. Zion offers a wonderful scenic drive where you'll see stunning scenery like Angel's Landing. You can camp, go horseback riding, and rock climbing. Exciting and memorable hikes in this park include the Riverside Walk, Weeping Rock Trail, and Lower Emerald Pools. But you cannot miss Angel's Landing hike or the Narrows. Last but not least, Arches. It's the national park my family has spent the most time at because it's so close to Moab. Arches boasts the iconic Delicate Arch, a must-see and do when you come to Utah. This park offers loads of amazing hikes like Balanced Rock, Double Arches, Devil's Garden, and many, many more, including a fun hike that's actually just outside of the park called Corona Arch. And by the way, this has nothing to do with that annoying virus or that alcoholic beverage. On the drive to Corona Arch, you'll find ancient Native American petroglyphs on the walls of the canyon. Thankfully, the ancient artwork has been preserved beautifully. You will not be disappointed. You can also pull off the road and do a short hike to see dinosaur footprints. Corona Arch itself has multiple unique features, including train tracks carved through the Navajo sandstone and bowtie arch as well. It's a hike not to be missed. I actually have a full video of this hike as well, and I'll also put a link to this one below. If you're moving to Utah and you have questions about buying a house, or you'd like to know where the best place is to live, feel free to contact me directly. If you live in Utah and have questions about buying, selling, or building a home, I would love to hear from you as well. If there was something in this video that really stood out to you as being helpful, please let me know by commenting below. If you have questions or if I left something out, please help out the community by leaving a remark below as well. Sincerely, I want to hear from you. If you know someone who's moving to Utah or planning to visit Utah, be a friend by sharing this video with them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring that bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.